Hello loves, welcome to Unique Mix by Christina. Today we are going to create this Christmas card with the stamp and dies that we tested out in a previous video, which I will link the video below. So yeah, let's go ahead and recreate this one here. I've already pre-cut everything for the video so that we have it, but we do have the background, which makes this part here in the back. Actually, you might have to cut some stuff. And here goes the stamp that we're going to be using. And I did cut some of this, so let me get it all together. See which one we'll use. And then we also got the little train. So I do have to show you the ink before the inking, how it's stamped. Look at that. And I already did cut them out. So I will be coloring it in. So you got that. And a little candy cane. Now the sentiment does not cut, does not have a cornering die. So we'll end up fussy cutting that. And then I do have little extras. Because I like having extras in my stash. And then goes the sentiment. Okay, so we're intertwining the background with this stuff right here. And then I'll probably use a glitter one. Probably make it slightly different. So I have different little cutouts for those. So we'll just try and see. But the first thing I want to do is we're going to go ahead and color our girl. Move this to the side. And we'll color the candy cane. I'm just going to use one of those. And then before I do that, let me take out the train. So the train are already assembled also beforehand. Okay, so I got that one done and ready. And like I said, I like keeping my little pieces. So I do have more pieces to this. And for the train, what I do temporarily to hold everything down in place, I don't lose it, is I put the little mint tape from scrapbooking.com. You can also use washi, but I do that just to hold it before I make it permanent. So I'll move that out of the way. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is color her in. And I like using Ohuhu markers. So I have several sets, and I'll link all of this below. So if you ever want to go ahead and use this. But these are Ohuhu markers, and they're alcohol markers. And they do have the little letters on top, so you can see that. This one is a skin tone set. So I have this one, and I do use the brush tip. Mainly, the other side I really don't use too much. But we'll go ahead and color her skin first. And let me get a scrap. Okay, so we'll color her first. So let me go ahead and get some skin tone ones. I usually try to do 3 different colors. And let me test it out real quick. I try to get one darker, one medium, and one light. So that's the way I'm going to go. So the ones I'm using for this one here are YR33, YR02, YR04. So it's going to be the dark and then goes the lightest. Okay. So what I'm going ahead and go do is go ahead and color it in. Now you can use watercolor brushes. You can use ink pads if you want to color it in that way. You can color pencils, whichever way you like to color it. I'm liking how that looks. Let me go in a little more with the darker. So this just goes by your preference. So color how you like to. Okay. So now that I'm done coloring that, we'll color her scarf and her dress and her hair and her bow. Okay, the next one I do have the Ohuhu markers here also. And this one is just a variety of colors. So it's a good starter pack. I got that one. So we're going to go ahead and color her skirt. We'll do her scarf first. And I think this one, I'll go a little lighter. Let's try. Let me get a scrap. It's good to have a scrap so you can see what colors they are. So let me see which color I want to go with. Okay, let me try these. Let me look at how these look. Okay, I'll go with these three. So the ones we're going to be using are these three. So G1, G2, GY2. So dark, medium, and light. Move this out the way so I can see. So for now we're going to do the scarf. So we'll do the dark shading first. Okay, then we'll do a second. And this one does got the pictures on the end for which side you want to use. You're going to want to blend into the other one. Okay. And then we'll do the yellow, the greenish yellow. Then we go in a little bit more of the second one, the middle tone, just to blend it a little more, like the brush side. Okay, so that's how she's looking so far. Now we'll go ahead and do the dress and finish off the scarf. So for the red, I'll get 3 more. Okay, so for the dress, I am going to do R7, R8, and R5. Let me see which one of these were the darker one. Okay. Well, these are the ones that we're doing. We'll do the lighter one. The darker one first. Okay, this was the darker. Let's do the R8. Okay. Do the next color. The R7. Okay, and then we'll go ahead and close it off with the R5. Come back with the middle color just to blend it out. Okay, now we got that one. So we'll do the rest of the dress. I think the dress I'll do a lighter green. Let me see, these are too bright. Okay. So the ones we're going to be using here is GY2, GY1, and GY3. Okay, then we do the next one. GY1. And then GY3. Okay, and then we'll go over a little bit of the darker one, the other side. It's already looking cute. She's looking cutie patootie. So let's go ahead and do her boots. So I want to use something lighter. Okay, so I'm just going to use R5 and R4. I keep forgetting to put that down. Next one's R5. Okay, so those are little cute boots. So actually, while I have the red, let me go ahead and color the candy cane. Okay, so the next thing we'll color, oh, actually, let me do the bow too while we're at it. Okay, so you got the little cute bow. Now we'll go ahead and color her hair. I want to do, okay, so the ones I'm using, okay, is CG 1100, CG 1104, CG 1107. Okay, let me see which one's darker, the two grays. These two are kind of the same, so I might do a black. Well, not too bad. I haven't had time to swatch this, so once I swatch it, then I'll know. So this is the order, darkest to lightest. So we'll do it that way. Now when I do coloring, I do like to color it before I die cutted it out so that I could, you know, have more space. With the other side. Now I find coloring to be soothing. Okay, so now I go to the lighter one. Now we're going to come back and blend all this stuff some more. Okay, let's go back with the middle one. The middle color. Okay, and then go back with the light one. Okay, so now we're done with the little cutie patootie. So she's all done, so we can set her aside. So we'll put this to the side for now until we're ready to use her. So now she's all colored up. So let me get our card base real quick. Okay, this one's 7 by 5. So we'll go ahead and we're going to get a paper to go for the background. You don't have to if you don't want to. Actually, let me see how it will look on white. Actually, I like how this looks. So you can add a background, but for this one, we will not. Okay. So since this is 5 by 7, you want to cut the background 5 by 7, or you could go even smaller and give yourself a little frame, either or. But let me go ahead and glue this down because I'm going to keep it like that. I'll keep it on white. Okay. So let me get the glue. You're just going to go ahead and glue your little frame. Okay. So you'll go ahead and put this down. Let me do it this way. Kind of center it. Okay. So you go ahead and center it down. Now we're going to piece in the bigger pieces in there first, but we're also going to, so we have the main frame part. Let's see, that's actually the topper. Okay, the main frame part does not have any stitching, like, well, let me show you this one. See how that got the embossing, a real deep embossing? That's the one that's going to be layered on top, okay? So let's go ahead and then we're going to do the green. Yeah. Okay, so that's what I'll do. So you want to go ahead and find the main back piece and then the piece that's going on top to cover it. Now you don't have to do this if you cut this out of different cardstock. All right, so let me glue this one on top of that one. So all we're going to do is paper piece everything together. Now when you put this on, you kind of want it centered so that all sides look even. Okay. Then once you have that, you go ahead and glue it to your main piece. All you're going to do is pop it in back into the spot and press down. Now you don't have to do each one. You could do randomly. You could do whichever way you want. Okay. So let me go ahead and get the next piece that I want. Which goes there. And I think my backgrounds I'm going to use different ones. Yeah. Okay. See, I would just drop it lightly, then you can move it around. You're going to get it as close as you can to the center. Extra glue there. Okay. Yeah, put that back in there. So just like basically doing a puzzle. So I'm going to go ahead and finish this off camera, and I'll come back when we're ready to do the train. Okay, so now I went ahead and pieced in all the goodies in there. I mix and match with the glitter, the white, and the green. Kind of break it up. Okay, so now we'll start figuring how we want to assemble our card. Now, I puzzled these pieces and I'm holding it with the mint low tack tape. Now, if you're going to put this on foam, I recommend gluing some cardstock in the back just to make sure it has some more support. But I'm just going to glue this onto the card so it won't matter for mine. So let me go ahead and assemble. Okay, I think that's the way I'm going to do mine. So let me glue her down. Okay. And I start assembling, start gluing down the little train. Okay, let me just flip it over so I can press on it a little bit. at that. How cute is that already looking like? Alright, so let me go ahead and fussy cut the sentiment. Now all of this you could put foam and give it more dimension, but I didn't care to this time. So let me just cut this. Okay, so we'll go ahead and glue that down. Okay, then you could get your candy cane and put it where we're going to put it right next to the words, to the sentiment. Okay, and that is our finished card. How cute is that? Like I said, you could add jemmies, you could add some speckle, you could add a lot of little stuff to make a distress on the little side. You could do all kinds of stuff. But yeah, this is the simple card I want to make to show you what you can make with the Temu dies. So yeah, the Temu dies aren't that bad. I will be showing more tutorials and checking out more of the dies so that you can see if they work or not. But yeah, like I said before, I'll post all the products I use below, and I also post the video of the testing the dies and the stamps from Temu. I'll also put the products from Temu also below, so if you want to go ahead and grab it for yourself, you can. Like I said, I will be posting some more tutorials and some more testing on to see if the dies work or not, because I have bought some that they were no good. So these dies, I did rank it as a 4.9 because one of the dies had the frame had a minor issue. But like I said, go check out the video below and I'll have that. And yeah, this is what you can make with the Temu dies and stamps. So I love crafting. It's nice and quiet and soothing. So yeah, so that's what I made. So make sure you subscribe if you haven't. I sure would love to have you in the family. Hit the notification so you do know when I upload a video. And like I said, leave any comments below. I do love hearing from you guys. And you have a blessed day. Bye-bye.